Hi everybody, welcome to Sukh Vibes. Today we are going to cover instruction signs, and this is the subtopic of the main topic, traffic signs and devices. In the previous videos we have already covered basic rules and danger signs. You can check the playlist or the link in the description below. Now the important thing over instruction signs is I found them really confusing. So what I did, I piled up the questions which belong to the similar category. We're not going to use the app this time, but I have prepared special slides that makes it easier for you to remember these questions during exam. Without wasting any time, let's begin. Welcome to the slides. As I have explained before, we are going to cover these 56 questions from the slides now. So starting with the very first question, what does this traffic sign indicate? So what does this traffic sign indicate? This traffic sign is basically a pedestrian path. The start of a traffic calming zone, no. A footpath, yes. A prohibition on cycles and mopeds, yes. Let's check our answer. Let's look at the answers. So what does it say here? It's a pedestrian path. This symbol indicates pedestrian path. This sign denotes a special path for pedestrian and is displayed where a clarification becomes necessary. Other road users may use the pedestrian path only if this is indicated by an additional sign. What does this sign indicate? That it's a pedestrian path. But other road users can also use this path only if there is an additional sign. Let's switch to a question with an additional sign. So what we see here, this question we have already done before. What is this? It's a pedestrian path. And this is an additional sign. Lieferverkehr frei. It means this path is also free for those persons who wants to deliver goods. Person delivering goods seems to be the correct option. Let's look at the answers. So we have seen this symbol, it's a pedestrian path, and this is a additional symbol, Lieferverkehr frei. An important thing to remember over here is, like the delivery persons, they can also use this pedestrian path, but they have to adjust their speed according to the pedestrian traffic. Use this path with the at most speed of 4 to 7 km, which is the walking speed. Let's move towards the next question. How must you act when driving a vehicle during permitted delivery times? What does it mean? That there is a footpath and also Lieferverkehr frei symbol. It means that a footpath can also be used by those persons who want to deliver goods. But the important thing is, how should you act when you want to drive a vehicle during these permitted delivery times and you want to use the footpath? I must keep a close look out for pedestrian. This is the correct option. I am only drive at a walking speed. This we have already covered, that you can use this footpath only if you are driving at a walking speed, that is 4 to 7 km per hour. If there are no pedestrians in my vicinity, I may drive faster than walking speed. No, this is the wrong thing. Let's check our answer. The first two options are the correct ones. Moving towards the next question. Now we are going to do the questions which are related to these arrows. For example, as you see here. What do you do when you see this traffic sign? You must indicate left, yes. Since this sign is indicating towards left-hand direction, it means you must indicate left. You may only proceed to the left, yes. This is the only option possible. You may not proceed to the left, this is wrong. Let's check our answer. So you may only proceed to the left and you must indicate left. These are the correct options. The important thing is whenever you see these arrows and if they are towards left, right, then you always have to indicate. Moving towards the next question. What must you do when you see this traffic sign? I'm pretty sure you must have seen this traffic sign on the islands. You may not turn left in the front of this sign. No, this is wrong. You are obliged to turn right. No, you must pass on the right of traffic islands. This is the correct option. That whenever you see this traffic sign, it means you must pass on the right of traffic islands. So here is the explanation. On which side you must pass? Passing by on the right. So if this traffic sign is on the right of the island, it means you can pass only towards right. Moving towards the next question. What applies this traffic sign? This question is similar to the previous question, but the only thing is now this arrow is indicating towards left. I am obliged to turn left? No. I have to drive past obstructions on the left. This is the correct option. I may not turn right before this sign. This is wrong. Let's check our answer. Whenever you see this arrow on the island, you have to pass that island on the left. Moving towards the next. In which directions are you allowed to continue? Now what we see? We see an arrow towards right and an arrow towards left. Straight ahead, to the right, to the left. So to the right, to the left, you can continue. Let's check our answer. So last two options are the correct ones. In which directions may you proceed? So we see this arrow is pointing straight ahead and then indicating towards right. So you may proceed straight ahead or towards right. Last two options are the correct. And here is the explanation. So if the arrow is indicated towards right, then you have to indicate towards right and you may only turn to the right. If you see this arrow towards right, again, you may only turn right. And if straight or right, it means either you can drive straight ahead or you have to move towards right. The important difference between this curved one and the straight one, like this arrow and this arrow, is that here you must turn in front of the sign. One must turn to the right behind the sign. Here you have to take the turn before the sign, and here you have to take the turn after the sign. So this is the important difference between the two. But in both the cases, you have to indicate. What do you do when you see this traffic sign? You may only proceed to the right, yes. You must indicate right, yes. You may not turn right, this is wrong. So as I mentioned before also, whenever you see these arrows, you have to indicate, and then in which direction you can move, it is always shown by the arrowhead. In this case, it is towards the right. So you may only proceed to the right and you must indicate right are the correct options. Going towards the next. What do you have to be aware of with this traffic sign? Without looking at the options, what we must be aware of, that we can only move towards the left and then we have to indicate. I may only continue driving by taking a left turn. This is correct. I may not signal. This is wrong. I have to signal left turn. Yes. Always remember when you see these arrows, so the arrowhead points towards the direction in which you can move and you always have to indicate. First and third options are the correct ones. What applies with this traffic sign? I have to signal a right turn. Yes. You always have to signal a right turn because this arrow is moving towards the right hand side. I may only continue driving by taking a left turn. Wrong. I may only continue driving by taking a right turn. Yes. So you have to indicate and in which direction you can drive, which is indicated by this arrow, which in this case is the right hand. What does this traffic sign indicate? So this traffic sign indicates that you may only proceed in the straight direction. I have priority over oncoming traffic. No. I am on a one-way road. No. I may only drive straight ahead. This is the correct option. Here we have completed the questions which are related to pedestrian path and towards the arrows. Few things to remember, that you may only drive in the direction in which the arrows are indicating, and you always have to indicate. You have to give signal in order to make sure that those who are falling behind you, they may know in which direction you are going to move. So moving to the next question. What does this traffic sign indicate? So what we see over here, a 30 zone. The start of a zone with an obligatory minimum speed of 30 km per hour, a permitted maximum speed of 30 km per hour, a recommended speed of 30 km per hour. If there is a recommended speed of 30 km per hour, it should not have been in the red circle. So it means for this question, the answer is a permitted maximum speed of 30 km per hour. Here is the answer. Going towards the next. What does this traffic sign indicate? There is a 30 zone and now it has been cancelled. The end of a zone with an obligatory minimum speed of 30 km per hour? No. The end of a zone with the permitted maximum speed of 30 km per hour. This is the correct one because 30 km zone we have already seen, and now these lines, they indicate the end of a 30 km per hour permitted maximum speed zone. What does it mean? That now your speed can be above 30 km per hour. This is the answer. Going towards the next. What does this traffic sign indicate? So this question is similar to the previous one, but the only difference is now instead of 30 we have 60 over here. So what could be the answer? The recommended minimum speed is 60 km per hour. No. I may not drive faster than 60 km per hour. So this is another way of saying that the maximum permitted speed is 60 km per hour. Of course, when you see this sign, you should not drive faster than 60 km per hour. there is absolutely no problem in driving at 60 kilometer per hour. Ideally, it depends upon the traffic situation, right? You might need to slow down. So the correct option over here is when you see 60 written in this red circle or 30, 60, whatever speed, important thing is the maximum permitted speed is the number which is written inside. Let's look at the answer. So this is answer. Here it is written, permissible maximum speed, driver should not drive faster than the specified speed limit. Moving towards the next question. What does this traffic sign indicate? We have already seen the traffic sign indicating 60 km per hour speed limit and now it has been cancelled. Start of a speed restriction, no. A prohibition to drive faster than 60 km per hour, no. End of speed restriction, yes. So whenever you see these lines, they are cancelling something, they are ending something. In this case, 60 km per hour speed limit has been cancelled and now you may drive faster than 60 km per hour or you may need to drive slower than 60 km per hour. You have to look for the traffic signal. What actual speed should you follow? Moving towards the next question. What do you do when you see this traffic sign? So the difference between 60 km per hour, which is written in the red circle, maximum permitted speed, and when it is written in the blue circle, it means prescribed minimum speed. So when you see in the red, permitted maximum speed, when you see in the blue, prescribed minimum speed. What does it mean? You may not use this road if you cannot or are not allowed to drive at least 60 km per hour. This is the correct option. In order to use this road, you should drive at least at 60 km per hour. You are not allowed to drive faster than 60 km per hour? No. You must drive at least at a speed of 60 km per hour, weather and traffic conditions permitting. Yes. So this is the prescribed minimum speed, that at least you should drive at 60 km per hour. And the option you are not allowed to drive faster than 60 km per hour, this would have been true if this 60 km per hour is written in the red circle as we have seen in the question before. So these are the answers. And here is the explanation. So this sign means that you must not drive any slower than at a certain speed in as far as the road, traffic, visibility and weather conditions permit. Because that cannot or should not travel at this speed are not permitted to use a lane having this sign. So now it is clear. Moving towards the next question. Are you allowed to drive at a speed faster than 60 km per hour? So now we see a red circle and then there is a 60, which means permissible maximum speed. But what else we see? By Nesse. So whenever it's rainy, it's wet, yeah? So are you allowed to drive at a speed faster than 60 km per hour? Yes, you are allowed because here the 60 km per hour speed limit has an additional sign, which means that whenever it is wet, only then you should drive at 60 km per hour. If it is dry, you can drive above 60 km per hour. So yes, you are allowed to drive faster when the road is dry. So yes, if the road is dry. So this is the answer. Thanks for watching. If you have liked my video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. If you're interested in any particular topic, please feel free to write in comment section. Take care. See you next time.